All right.
How are you, Claire?
I'm good, thanks. Hi. Hi. Thank you for joining us. You are the first professional.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Actually, we have Sam, right? Sam is professional, but he just graded for 4 years only. But you already graded for 10 years. It's much more experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
So just want to share a little bit about myself, like
sure.
because when I'm leading the team, I actually put all the sport spirit into, like what I'm telling them, what I want them to do, more inspiring them, like we always have some kind of, team huddle every Monday morning before we actually start the job because I really want like to put all the sport spirit, into the, what we are doing. It's more like inspiring people, mentoring people, coaching people, make sure that they do the work. Make sure that they're bringing up, positive energy every day, which is, like what marketing we should do, right? Because they are buying
Yeah.
what we are not necessarily that they have to buy into the products or solution. At the end of the day, like most of them will be the same. But the way that you actually share the story, telling them, like they will buy into that as well. They will buy into your person as a personality.
Cool. That's what we're trying to do.
At the moment now, like when you manage the team, people are different, right? Like some of them really a superstar in some sort of like aspect, but they might like have a weakness as the other point. So I mean, like we have to utilize their strengths as a whole team, right? And then we try to win a match, but sometimes sometimes you lose, sometimes you win, sometimes you can learn, sometimes you can improve from like what you have been doing. Yeah, I mean it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of as long as you keep your energy.
Yeah.
you but tennis, right? Sometimes you lose the match, sometimes you win, but at the end of the day, it's still a journey.
Yeah, it is. So,
Yeah.
you are an operational manager at MarketOne International, right? Can you let the audience know a little bit about yourself and your experiences?
Yeah, so actually, I came to Australia in Melbourne here. I started a job as a telemarketer,
Mm.
right? And then after a few years, when we do telemarketing for technology company, and then now I know, how to do the work, how to actually execute telemarketing campaigns for the clients. And now it's become, like leading the team. And then now I'm the line manager as an operation. I know how to actually start or plan a telemarketing campaign as a like demand gen as like team or center in the whole region APAC. And that is my job, right? Because operation you have to manage with, you have to deal with all the resources, all the hours, all the deliverable KPI, tracking, like methodology, how to do the work, training, mentoring, making sure that they do the work within like the time frame, like managing the client expectation. Of course, we still have the team of the whole PM, like project management as well. But I'm leading the resource who are doing the work, who executing, who is production, like who produce the work. Yeah. And I took that role up to now is almost 3 years. And then we're based in Melbourne. I work for a company like a global marketing agency, but our area is really niche. We working as a demand gen center for a technology company. Let's say Lenovo, Oracle, Adobe, all the big boys in the market. And of course, because we have like 10 offices around the world, like our head office in Boston and another office in London, Tokyo office, another office in Toronto. So like we have office everywhere. So that's why when we sign up with clients, we try to like work with them as globally. And then ourselves here in Melbourne, we're managing the APAC, except Japan, because Japan we have like it's our office, and it's different culture that like the way they're doing things. So with the APAC in my team, to the marketing, we have the people who can speak the local language. Let's say I have like one guy who can speak Cantonese, Mandarin, Indonesian, Malaysian, Filipino, Vietnamese, Thai, yeah, and local Australian here. Yeah. So yeah, that is, you know, what we are, what myself is doing and managing. So my job description is really simple. There's just one main line that, you know, managing by running around. It seems like, you know, like you like it's might be doing nothing, right? It's just wandering around. But actually, you should make sure that the team doing their work.
It is. Yeah.
Very
You know, who tell me
team.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm quite curious about your journey from as from a graduate at in Australia to the job you are doing now. Do you want to share with us?
Yeah. So actually, my journey, I think it's like a curve. You know, like it's up and down all the time. And then there is so many jobs that I'm, you know, like starting from scratch. I don't mind. You know, starting from zero. You know, like very
Mm.
ground level. Like I'm really a guy who doing like a ground work up to, you know, like leading the team. My background is, you know, I graduated from Curtin University in Perth. You know, back to 2007. I think it's a while
Mm.
ago, like I mean 13 years. And after, so my background is I took the degree in international business, which is, you know, like I studied a lot of like subject like marketing, international marketing, culture, cross-cultural communication. So that's why I learned a lot of part of culture from different from people from different countries, right? I used to study with, you know, all my friends, you know, from Norway, from Finland, from, you know, Europe, Brazil, Indonesia, Singapore. I mean, it's more a culture mixture when I was studying, and then, you know, that is inspired me a lot. It's like, hey, you deal with you will be dealing with, you know, a lot of people from different countries, from different culture. That's what I learned. And then of course, you know, I went back to Vietnam after I graduated, and I took like many jobs or many roles as a marketing um, area, which is, you know, for market research, from, you know, I used to work for like market research for agency from UK, Euromonitor
Mm.
and Zenith International. I work for American agency like Tractors Asia, you know, who helping the Australian or, you know, American company or European company come to Vietnam for invest for trade promotion, like they're doing so. And then after a while, you know, in the market, I know that how you target the audience, how you target the market, how you know the customer behavior and things like that, you know, when I have a background in Vietnam. But of course, you know, when I step into Australia, that's another story. You know, like I had to forget all my background, all my history, all, you know, like my experience, what I have done, because in Australia here they always ask for like local experience, right? If you have no local experience here, you have nothing, right? Even though like you have a master degree, you have, you know, like 10 years back, who cares? Nobody cares, because you have never like worked anything in Australia. You have zero experience. So that's why I came here in the middle of winter. I think it's like middle of July in 2013, right? When I land to Melbourne. Oh my God, it's so freezing. Like, you know, that in the middle of winter, like mid July, it's really cold. And then, you know, I couldn't work myself. Um, but then, you know, I had to get up the other day, and then I said like, hey, what can I do? You know, that's my background, that is my degree, you know, who I am. And then I said like, okay, I can't just stay anywhere away from my marketing background, right? So I set my goal. I set my goal what I'm going to be, you know, in the next 3 years, right? Of course, you know, like everything you have to start. And then I said, I look at, okay, so my background that I used to work for agency. But then if you want to work for agency, you should have some sort of experience. So that's why I applied for a job that, you know, at Selmat. I think that, you know, Selmat, that, you know, who, you know, like represent for some client who are like selling Lumo Energy or Foxtel. At that time, my job is really tough. I couldn't get any money. It's just commission based, right? You have to knock the door, and then you have to try to do the survey to make sure that you can swap them from whatever they're using for utility bill, like electricity, to, you know, like to switch onto Lumo Energy. Or another product that I'm selling is a Foxtel. right? So I know all the like how they pricing, how they structure. But then, you know, I took my job that, you know, I said like, okay, why don't I just build my profile from scratch here in Australia, and I use that to apply for a next career that I want. You get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So because in order to, you know, like to have a job in a like agency, like marketing agency, you should have some sort of experience that, you know, like working like in Australia. So I took that job. Of course, you know, like I didn't meant for money. So like, okay, how can you get money? You have no experience. You can't speak the language because, you know, you can't speak the language well because, you know, when you come here, you know, from Vietnam, you live there, you know, many years. Your English is not there. You can't pick it up. And I took my job, and then, you know, what can get up every day? So like I knock the door. I'm asking them, I say, hey, please help me. I just take this role to learn English, to practice my English, and then to learn about, you know, what happened in the new country because I'm a newcomer. I just, you know, everything is new to me. And then some people will help you. Some people will assist you, but some people will say like, no, I don't have time for you. You know, you see the sticker that, you know, do not knock. Why are you still knocking the door? I said, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know. But yeah, the job is really tough, right? Oh my God, you can imagine that you have to get up every day. You have to, you know, put all the petrol. You have to try there somewhere in North Court, you know, like far from my house. And then you park the car there. People neighboring will look at you and say like, what the guy, you know, coming here every day doing what, right? You know, like I need to, you know, like to call someone, you know, to watching him. I said, oh my God. And somehow it's, you know, like have a really angry dog. She keep barking at me. And then someday with a howling storm, I said, oh my God, what am I gonna do? But then I took the job, you know, for 4 months. And afterward, I put that in my profile, and then I apply for the you know, like another job. And then now I get that is a company now I'm working in. That is, you know, like when the chance come, when the opportunity come, and then if you're not ready, so the job will not be, you know, for you, right? So that's what I think that, you know, like because I have a strong mindset, I have, you know, like to have a roadmap, I have to like have a vision, I have to, you know, really determine for what I'm, you know, like I want to do. That is myself because, you know, I have some sort of experience how, you know, like you can build up yourself, build up your profile, and then make it, you know, like look good in front of the interview. And of course, you know, when I apply for the application, I really customize my CV into their job. And of course, you know, like I can pass that in application process. And then I come to the interview. I have to advertise myself. I have to sell myself because, oh my God, that is, you know, the only chance that I can get in front of the, you know, employer. And so like I have to take this moment. And then I come and I say like, hey, guys, I think that, you know, like from tomorrow, you should take off, you know, like the job post because I think that you find the right person already. You don't need to waste your time. And then, you know, I was so confident because, you know, like you are marketing, you have to sell yourself. And then the guys are like, oh my God, you know, like this guy we really need. And then the way that he talk, I don't really know that if he can do or not. But, you know, you have to show them, you know, like what you can do. And then you will do, right? And then they asked me, you know, okay, so when can you start? I said like, it's up to you. I can start by tomorrow, you know, don't waste your time. And they said, okay, just give us 1 week. We have to prepare your profile in the, account in the system. I said, okay, it's up to you. But, you know, if I'm waiting for so long, I might take another offer. But, yeah. But I mean, like, back then and then now, you know, like the guy who interviewed me is now my boss. He's like my friend now. But actually, you know, when you try really hard, people will help you. And then sometimes that they buy into yourself, your story, right? Like I think that during 4 months that I work for Selmat, I also meet, you know, like the line manager, like he who is now is my friend as well, because, you know, like try to build a relationship. And then I help him with another job as well, you know, when we had, you know, weekend job for building landscaping, fencing. And then I learned another skill as well, which is good. You know, people will helping you, you know, along the journey. Sometimes that you not really get the money from the job that you're doing, but you get the money elsewhere.
Mhm.
Actually, in Vietnam, I can tell that, like sometimes you will spend a lot of time for a less productivity work. Let's say I think that, like your productivity is not really high, even though you come 8 hours or more than that, like in the day, like let's say 9 to 5. But then actually, I think that because like at the end of the day, I mean, in general, the labor cost will be lower in Vietnam. And of course, they don't really expect that too much on you because, like the bigger population, they can easily find, like many people in a company in the same role and things like that. And then people sharing the role, which is, like they don't really expect high productivity. But in here in Australia, everything will be budgeting, right? Your hours, right? Your costs. And then if they can't afford, let's say that, like the return on investment, then we have a doubt on, how to invest onto you. Let's say, okay, if they pay you that amount of money, of course, like they want to, like sometime to get a return, maybe 3 times, 4 times, like after work, right? And then they affordable enough, they afford to have, like the budget for that head count, that they will decide that, like to have you on board, right? So I think that, like totally different. In Vietnam, of course, like they might pay you just a little money, and then you just expect, and they give you some time. They don't really stretch you too much, and then I don't know, like you don't really have that kind of motivation to just, like uh, motivate yourself a lot. And of course, here it's more competitive as well. And yeah, so I can tell that, like the environment of working is like will be different from Vietnam to Australia.
Yeah.